right, Braden, 2 sessions, bro. Figured out the go-kart, put it together yesterday. How are we feeling?
I'm feeling good. Supposed to be racing Indy Pro 2000 this weekend on the road to Indy, but our race was canceled due to the COVID pandemic. And last second managed to get this put together to run the Willpower Kart with Kart Sport North America. And you know, first session we were really fast. The kart was super easy to get up to speed with, and everything feels really good. So can't complain. Only 2 sessions in, so can't say too much, but all good so far. All
right, Trey. So it's been a little bit since we've seen you at the big races, but you got the national number 3 on here in senior. And you know, this weekend we're looking for a little more, but you're driving something pretty new. Talk to us about this last minute deal.
Yeah, so I actually just got in contact with the solo kart guys about doing something at the end of mid to end of last week, and we've just been trying to work something out, and we were able to put something together for the X30 class this weekend, hoping to, you know, come out on top, bring home some hardware, but it's always the goal every weekend we go to race. So.
And then any specific go-karts that you'd like to put behind you here this weekend? I mean, obviously your Nash boys, you know, there's probably some smack talk still going on.
Some Nash go-karts and some OTKs, honestly everything. We're just looking to be on the front row for the final.
Good deal, bud. Well, good luck today.
All right, thank you, I appreciate it.
So we go from sitting on your couch on Monday, not really sure what to do with Mid-Ohio canceled for this weekend. And now we're here, bro. What's happened? What's got you back in the seat in the go-kart?
The first person to get me back in the seat's obviously Seth Nash. I've been with him forever, and I gave him the call right when Mid-Ohio got canceled that I gotta race something. So got down here, we're racing. Just had my first real session. It went all right. I got to get the kinks out, get back in go-kart mode, but I think it'll be good.
Yeah, you ran like 1 day here last year, still kind of jumped up in the mix pretty good. Obviously, you've been hanging out with Braden, your exclusive Autosport teammate on the road to India. Do you have any words to say to Braden here this weekend?
Honestly, I hope we can just have a good race. It sucks we've raced together forever and now we don't get to race each other at all. Probably why we're friends now. But yeah, I mean, just have some good racing. Hopefully we can battle, and I think the exclusive guys are actually going to show up, so we're going to have to do some battling for sure.
Definitely. And no rubber marks on the go-kart yet? No enemies or any kind of bumping and grinding this early in the weekend?
No, not that early in the weekend. We have a long run, so 2 weeks here, and hopefully we don't get stuck with too many people at the beginning of the week, because otherwise maybe it's gonna be behind me until the last race. So
yeah, absolutely.
We're going for the championship, so I need to stay focused and don't do stupid mistakes. So yeah.
Well, best of luck, buddy. We'll be watching.
Thank you.
Bro, how's the day going? Like weekend vibes feeling pretty good?
Yeah, it's feeling good. It feels nice to be back at the track while you're actually driving, because when you're not here and you're not driving, you kind of get the itch and you're kind of like, I could be faster than him and stuff like that. So it feels good, and I think we've got a lot of potential for the race this weekend, because I mean, I know that I've been pretty quick here in the past, obviously, because it's my home track, but obviously it's the best talent around here right now, so we got to see what we can do.
All right, man. Well, best of luck to you. We'll be watching.
Thank you.
We'll see. And then we got girl power this weekend. Yourself, Hannah Greenemeyer, she won a race earlier this year. So, you know, from like a batting average size, the girls are way better than the guys looking for this weekend. But are we going to see the return, as your dad likes to call you, Smashley Rojero on the side pods?
I hope not. I hope I don't have to bring that side out. Hopefully we're in the top 5 or, you know, top 3, and we can just keep our nose clean and continue on. It's back whenever I had those bag qualifying days and we're back in like 15th, 20th. They got to push through a little bit. That's when Smashley has to come out. But hopefully she stays hidden this weekend.
Awesome. Well, good luck. Well, hopefully we'll be watching.
Thank you.
All right, so Brandon, here we are. Last year you passed 42 go-karts on one of the main events in X30 Senior, went from 51st up to 9th. You're racing here for USPKS a couple weeks ago. You know, so you've been fast here. Last week, or 2 weeks at USPKS, kind of so-so. Do you think you found some more stuff here for this week?
Yeah, I think we were struggling a little bit in X30. We qualified 4th on Saturday, but then on Sunday we ended up qualifying 15th or 17th, something like that, somewhere in the back. Had a back qualifying, obviously, but luckily the rain kind of came, which is kind of our savior there, and started in the back and then passed like 12 go-karts, went back to 22nd, ended up finishing I think 8th or 10th after penalties and everything. With a bent axle, but I mean, even the dries so far, everything's looking so good so far. Got a little bit more grip, did some testing at our home track and everything, and with Tim over there, so I think we got something.
And then this weekend, obviously, Ashley, your coach here usually at Nitro Kart. You race her a lot back home in Charlotte, you know, racing at GoPro Motorplex Club races. No issues there, but we got a bigger field this weekend. It's a longer racetrack, you know. Are you looking every time you come off the track, asking Dad if you're faster than her when you get out of the scales?
Yeah, I mean, kind of. It's kind of funny because now I'm actually racing against her for a national race. It's not just club races where it's like, let's beat Ashley in points, let's beat Ashley. She won GoPro points for the last 3 years. It's like, well, I'm not going to be part of the let's come second to Ashley. It's let's beat her now at the national races and show her that I'm moving up and that I'm going to beat her at GoPro as well every single time.
So Ryan, 4-time champ. I talked to you a couple weeks ago. You said it feels less stressful now to be knowing that you're either going to get the 5 or not in a 2-week span. Talk to us about that.
Well, normally, you know, as everybody knows, the championship's over like 3-4 months, and it's stressful. Like every day you think about it. When you're showering, you think about it. So it'll be nice to have it over. Just kind of rip the Band-Aid off in 2 weeks. And you either know that I'll be a 5-time champ or just know that it didn't happen. But yeah, it definitely makes the situation a lot more stressful. This 1-2 weeks are going to be definitely very stressful, and it's going to be just a really difficult like next couple of days just to know, you know, what you got to do and you know how to get it done, you know.
And then being the #1 plate for the last 4 seasons, you know, you've had guys pretty much follow you at least a train of 8 to 15 sometimes. It seems like every single practice session you have to shake them off. Have you had to do that yet today, or are you kind of under the radar?
I mean, haven't much today, which is nice. It's just more, you know, right now I'm trying to focus on myself and get up to speed and figure out the cards. So, you know, going out there, just make sure I get some open laps is really key. And yeah, I haven't had to deal with much of that today, but it's been going good. Getting some clean track.
And it's still early too. We haven't got to happy hour yet.
Yeah, happy hour would definitely be a bit worse for sure. But
all right, well, good luck, buddy.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so is this finally the weekend that not only we get the Money Jars to Crack nickname back, but we finally get to change this #2 to a #1 on the go-kart?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Newcastle always treats me really well, so I'm kind of glad we're doing all 6 races here. And based on USPKS, we had really good runs, a few mistakes I made myself that now I know what to do. And so far today, it's been going pretty well, so I think we have a good chance of taking home the #1 plate.
All right, Paulie. So we're coming off 2 weeks, arguably your best weekend yet, X30 Senior, double podium, speed to win, up front the whole time. Obviously we're on a different layout slightly this weekend, but how are you feeling? Are you riding a good wave of confidence after that?
Feeling pretty good, you know. Came off a probably my best senior weekend in the X30 at USPKS. Made a few mistakes, but we learned.
It's been a long road, but it's finally time to get back to business. Round 1, Newcastle Motorsports Park, and your top 3 today have not been your national #1 or your national #2. RPG drivers Bryson Morris, Jacob Gulick, and making his Willpower Kart debut, Braden Eves, are set to lead the field of the green. A beautiful sight here, 44 go-karts. Let's go racing, boys and girls. Round 1 of the SKUSA Pro Tour is underway. Everybody shuffling through the first lap. So far, so good, though. Your leader early on is the 315. Jacob Gulick out in front to begin the season. Bryson Morris, his RPG teammate, right behind him, trying to work together. A little bit more shuffling here at the front of the field. Gulick has been sent back to third. It is Bryson Morris out in front. Little gap actually to Braden Eves, the pre-final winner, but the Will Power Kart sandwich between the two RPG Cosmics right now. Morris has been impressive all weekend. I'm not sure if he was on anybody's list, but he's been doing a phenomenal job leading top drivers like Brandon Jarsakrak and Ryan Norberg, who are down in 4th and 5th, right behind Phil Arscott, all hunting down the top 2. Braden Eves now out in front. It is a 5-kart breakaway, and it's the Will Power Kart Kart Republic combination that leads a group of OTKs. He's got his teammate Phil Arscott in third, but it's RPG and then Mike Doty racing at the end of the train. Here comes Morris, back for the lead down to turn number 1. Arscott gonna get shuffled back. He'll go to third. Bryson Morris, the 14-year-old, leading here with just a couple laps to go, and he's got national champions bearing down on his rear bumper. Here we go, final lap. Morris covers the inside, Eves to the outside. One more corner to go. Is anyone going to be able to stop the rookie as they come to the stripe? Eves is not going to get there. Bryson Morris, in his first SKUSA Pro Tour Senior start, is going to come home $2,500 richer. He wins round number 1. Eves ends second, Phil Arscott ends third, and at the stripe, Ryan Norberg able to edge Brandon Jarsakrak, get some valuable points here for the 4-time champ to end day 1.
Phil, P3 today, bro, right up there. What's up? Tell me how it happened.
It was definitely a solid run for the Will Power Kart. I started 5th and just kind of worked my way up, caught the lead group. And then we were battling back and forth a little bit. The top 2 weren't really battling until the last lap, so I was kind of hanging out there, 5th, 4th, 3rd. There was an opportunity to go to 3rd there with like 1 or 2 laps to go, so I took it. Knowing that I can't win from 5th, I'd rather be in 3rd with a chance to win at the line. It didn't quite play out. Coming to the line, I didn't have a great draft or anything or get a great run out of the corners, but came home 3rd, took home $675, and that's enough for a lot of Applebee's.
Sounds good. Congrats, buddy. You had a couple gnarly sends there in that one. Just a little bit short, but still pretty good debut. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good race. Didn't have the pace that I thought I would, honestly, in that race. Bryson just had a little bit on me, but you know, I sent it in really deep on the brakes and got him a couple times, but honestly, he just had a little bit of pace over me, so if I won, then it was going to be off of some crazy move, and it ended up being pretty crazy in the last lap. He broke really early, and I tried to send it around the outside. He let off the brakes, and then, you know, we kind of went in side by side. I got a good run, and then, you know, he was just swerving everyone the last straightaway. So, you know, I went to the inside, and he instantly, you know, reactionary moved me, and you know, it is what it is, but, you know, I think we'll be stronger tomorrow. I think we have really good pace. Kart Sport North America doing such a good job, and the Will Power Kart has just been, you know, so good this whole weekend. So we're looking good. Day 1 of 6 race days in 2 weeks, so it's a really strong start, and I'm looking forward to it tomorrow.
Sweet. Good job, buddy. Bryson, so weekend 3 in senior for SKUSA competition. You ran the Winter Series this year. We come here day 1, qualify on the pole, in the hunt for the pre-final, win the main event in a battle with, honestly, the guys that have been up at the front for the last 5 seasons here. I was talking with your dad on the grid. He said, you know, your expectations were supposed to be low this weekend, and now you're frustrated at a 5th or a 3rd. How was that?
Well, it was really good showing quick pace the whole weekend. And we'll just see how it goes for the rest of the weekend also.
Awesome stuff, buddy. Congrats.
Thank you.
24 hours later, and we're back again for another round of racing here for Saturday at SKUSA Summerfest. Hurricane Hannah Greenemeyer going to lead us to the green for round number 2. Ryan Norberg, her RPG teammate, going to join her on the outside of the front row. Arias Duke-Medjin, fastest time in the pre-final, starts 3rd. And yesterday's winner, Bryson Morris, rolls off to his outside in 4th. So let's run it back. Round number 2, Saturday, SKUSA Summerfest opening weekend. Hannah Greenemeyer, Ryan Norberg have the field together. Let's go racing once again, boys and girls. A good start here through turn number 1. Everyone going to make it through cleanly, but what a wild first lap so far. Arias Duke-Medjin out to the early lead. Phil Arscott into second. Norberg is third, and it's Arscott right behind his teammate. Will he work together? Phil Arscott gonna go down the inside for turn number 1 at the end of the first lap, and the veteran wants to get out in front and lead. Phil Arscott spent nearly his entire first race this weekend following someone. That's not the case today. He wants to lead this lead group, and it's Arscott followed by Duke-Medjin, Norberg, and company here at the opening couple laps of round number 2. Duke-Medjin working with Arscott for now, but it's a wild first lap. Ashley Rojero buried deep in the field. Branyan Tyner is out early as well. A number of contenders back, and your pole sitter, Hannah Greenemeyer, outside the top 10 here early on. Duke-Medjin now to the lead as they work their way down the back straightaway. Eves into second. Arscott is third. Big mover here early. Brandon Jarsakrak started 27th after a pre-final crash. He's up 12 spots. P15 so far for the Pennsylvania native, digging for a little bit more, trying to make up ground. Braden Eves now out in front. Arias Duke-Medjin, Phil Arscott, all 3 Kart Sport North America entries, 1, 2, and 3. Ryan Norberg, a bit of a slow start to this one, but he's got help. Luca Mars, Bryson Morris hooked up. They want to run down the Kart Sport teammates out in front that have got a little gap on them. And so it's Duke-Medjin and Eves with about a second, but that gap is closing back to 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and they know it. Duke-Medjin to the lead now. Luca Mars into second. Morris is third. Eves back to 4th. And Arias Duke-Medjin says, no more teammate. I just want to try and win this one on my own. Luca Mars, though, right there, looking inside for the lead. Luca Mars to the top spot. Could it be 2 rookies in a row to win the opening 2 rounds of the SKUSA Pro Tour? It only happened a couple years ago when Braden Eves and Ryan Norberg did the same in 2016. Now, down the front stretch, Eves and Norberg together for 3rd. They'll go on by. Final time around for Luca Mars. He's got to try and hold off Eves, who is all over his bumper. They'll run towards the back straightaway into the I-70 corner. Mars covers the inside and around the outside. Braden Eves found a hole through the kink in the final turn. Shades of 2017. Braden Eves is going to win round number 2 and bring the $2,500 cash purse to the blue and white Will Power Kart boys. A pushback bumper penalty for Braden Eves from an earlier incident in the race has cost him 3 seconds on the overall time, surrendering today's win to Luca Mars and Speed Concepts Racing, putting 2 rookies as the first 2 winners of the season. Morris gets promoted to second, and last year's number 1, Ryan Norberg, is going to get a podium finish after crossing the line in 4th. Bryson Morris walked away from the field in today's pre-final. He's going to get to lead the seniors to the green as he looks for 3 consecutive top 2 finishes to kick off his Pro Tour season. Phil Arscott, Thomas Neveau will roll off right behind him, and the rest of your contenders are set to close off opening weekend of the 2020 SKUSA Pro Tour. Round 3 of action set to go. We get 3 straight days of a clean turn 1. Morris, Arscott on the power. Oh, big crash. Thomas Neveau is around. Braden Eves is involved. Duke-Medjin, Jarsakrak. Multiple drivers around in turn number 1. Phil Arscott gets away with the early lead here. Bryson Morris slots in line to second, and they've got a small gap over the field after that wild first corner. Phil Arscott led the opening couple laps in round number 2. Can he do it again here today? No, Bryson Morris counters quickly, and the kid goes out front in the 5-kart lead group. Bryson Morris has been so impressive this weekend. The RPG Cosmic rolling here today on Sunday. Ryan Norberg trying to run him back down. Luca Mars is in tow as they've gone around Arscott. About a second to catch the kid, and Arscott falling backwards with Neveau and Ashley Rojero 4th, 5th, and 6th. It's a 3-kart breakaway. Morris, Norberg, Luca Mars. They've caught him, but they may be the only two who can challenge him here today. Ryan Norberg is going to have to put in the work here today if he wants to fight for this championship. He's staring down the rear bumper of the rookie who is poised to take his first SKUSA Pro Tour title in his first season, and Ryan knows it. How long will he wait behind? Not long. Ryan Norberg through to the lead. Phil Arscott, Ashley Rojero, nearly 4.5 seconds back. It is just going to be these 3 drivers here today. Morris pushing Norberg around, and Norberg has to know this final lap, this final stretch, it's going to be the run to the line that decides today's winner. Which lane will he pick? Norberg takes a look back. He'll go to the outside. Morris to the inside. Morris is going to edge ahead. Bryson Morris wins round 3. 2 out of 3 wins on the weekend for the rookie. And oh yeah, the points lead too. Mars gets Norberg at the line for second, and Norberg, for the second day in a row, can only get a bronze medal as he tries to continue that drive for 5.
Ryan, come out of here solid points, but man, you lead all the laps in the final and then end up just at the line, P3.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it is sometimes here at Newcastle. I mean, a lot of it comes down to that last stretch, and you know, every time we come back on the straightaway, he's pushing me down the whole straight. So I knew, you know, he was waiting for that last lap, waiting for the last straightaway to make the move. So didn't block in the last lap. I knew it was coming. Tried my best to hold him back, but the kid's quick. I mean, he's fast here. He likes the track, and yeah, he beat me at the line. Unfortunately, lost another position too, but that's how it is. That's Newcastle. We'll head into the next one. Heads held high, you know. Started off a little rough, but we came back and got it done.
All right, congrats, man. See you next week.
Thanks.
Luca hung there right in the pack the whole time. Ended up just having to be a pusher at the end of the race, but still a P2 and a good points weekend. How do you feel?
I feel good after the race. I didn't really have Bryson's speed. Him and Ryan kind of got me sometimes, but I stayed there and I was there for the end to get P2.
Congrats, bud.
Thank you.
Bryson, I'm not sure how many people's radar you were on coming into this weekend, but now you're walking out with 2 P1s, man. How does it feel?
It feels amazing getting 2 wins in one weekend, and I'm leading the championship now, so it feels great.
Yeah, looking forward to next week, bud. Congrats.
Thank you.